Jaron Boots Ennis the latest great American hype job? We have to talk about it. Boots has amassed an impressive record, on paper at least, with 34 victories, 0 losses, and 1 no contest. So 35 fights in total, and this young man is 28 years old. However, if we dig a little deeper, we can see that he really hasn't fought anyone of note. He was gifted a belt via email in the welterweight division, before finally getting a title shot against Ennis, another email champ who only got the belt because Terence Crawford moved up and vacated it. Boots' IBF belt was another Crawford leftover after he moved up to junior middleweight. So now he is a double paper champ in the welterweight division. 2 of the 4 belts isn't a bad starting point. At this point, having gotten the belts for almost nothing, you would think he would have his eye on undisputed, but you would be wrong. He won the belt on April 12, 2025, and by summer he had already vacated both and moved up to the 154 pounds division. So welterweight is in the rear view. Now he's at 154. Let's assess his short time there so far. Well, this is around the time that Turkey was in talks with him, as he was now technically a free agent, having finished his fight contract with Matchroom. Turkey approached Ennis with offers for a real 50-50 fight, notably against Teofimo Lopez or even Terence Crawford in Riyadh. These offers were on the table, but Ennis decided the timing and weight concerns made them unworkable at that moment. Bear in mind the fights were offered to him in both welterweight and the junior middleweight divisions, with Lopez and Crawford respectively. Ennis' camp communicated that he prefers tune-up bouts at 154 first, before taking on top-tier names, aligning with his long-term strategy, which seems to be duck everyone until you find an easy mark. Turkey tells Ennis, "We don't do tune-ups. If you want tune-ups, go to Eddie Hearn," and that's exactly what he did. He signs a long-term multi-fight extension with Matchroom Boxing and DAZN. Okay, so let's see what Ennis and Hearn want to do at 154. In this division, we have names like Terence Crawford, Sebastian Fundora, Virgil Ortiz, Xander Zayas, Sergey Bohachuk, Tim Tszyu, Conor Benn, Akram Murtazaliyev. You would think one of these names would come up since it's customary for the champion to move up and challenge for a title immediately. Instead, this is what they announced. Not a single name I just mentioned is on their list. Just another bunch of people that nobody has ever heard of. Respectfully. So, this is the situation with Boots Ennis. He fought a bunch of nobodies his entire career until he was gifted the IBF belt. He then fought another paper champion that nobody cared about and became a unified champion in the process. Double paper champ status achieved. Now he's vacated those belts and campaigning at 154, trying to fight a bunch of tomato cans and avoiding real competition, just like he's done his entire career. At least that's how it was until a few days ago. After receiving some serious backlash following their announcement, Eddie Hearn has piped up and let everybody know. The deal with Boots includes a fight with Virgil Ortiz. This fight is apparently supposed to happen in either January or February next year. Boots has signed it as part of his deal with Matchroom, but Virgil has not. So this fight is not official. So after all that, let's see what opponent they selected for Boots. Well, this guy Lima, not even on the original list, comes from nowhere and gets the fight. So what do you think? Is Boots a hype job or is he the real deal? He clears the eye test, but he's never passed a real test. Let me know in the comments how you feel about this situation. Good or bad, let it be known. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.